Okay, today we're making broccoli cheese soup. This broccoli cheese soup is so easy. It's got a 1-minute cook time, so it's great when you need a quick meal. And it's got fantastic flavors that taste really yummy without having any meat. So I'm Jen from Pressure Cooking Today, and let's get started. All right, so we're gonna take our butter and add it to the pot. I had my pot preheating, so it's ready to go. We will get it nice and melted. If it starts cooking too quick, you can just always lift the pot up. This is the Instant Pot Pro, and it has little handles on the pot, which I love. We'll just get that melted. The Instant Pot Pro pot is a flat bottom pot, so you can actually use it right on the stovetop if you need to. So all right, that butter is nice and melty. Go ahead and add our onions. So this is a really simple soup, so you don't want to skip the saute step. Taking just those extra couple minutes to saute the onions will really soften the onions so they don't have a bitter flavor. They've got kind of a more mellow flavor, and it kind of builds a flavor base for your soup. So just stir those onions periodically just to make sure that they're all cooking evenly. But resist this temptation to overstir because you want them to soften and turn translucent, and if they're constantly moving around, they won't get exposed to the heat they need to soften. All right, so you can see the onion has softened. It's turned a little bit more yellow, so we'll add our chicken broth. When you add the chicken broth, it stops that onion from cooking and prevents it from getting too brown or black. So I forgot to mention I put the garlic in already, so we've got that in there. Sauteing the garlic does the same thing. It helps the garlic mellow out. So we added our chicken broth. We'll add our spices, salt and pepper and red pepper flakes. And then we'll go ahead and add our broccoli and carrots in there. One of the things I like about this is if you want, you can use frozen pre-cut broccoli with no change to the cook time. Just toss it in there. And I like to make sure it's nice and even on there, so there we go. Okay. And all right, once you cancel saute, check to make sure your silicone ring is in place. Everything looks good. You'll lock the lid in place and you'll set it for a 1-minute cook time. So that means it'll take a couple minutes to come to pressure, and then cook at pressure for 1 minute, and then it will beep and we'll do a quick pressure release. Okay, so we have released the pressure and give everything a good stir. All right. So as you can see, we've got some bigger pieces of broccoli. We like broccoli cheese soup that has a little bit of a bite to it. If you prefer it to be completely smooth, you can take an immersion blender and puree it smooth, whatever works best for you. So now we're gonna start thickening the soup a little bit. So we're gonna take, we've got a 1/4 cup of water and a 1/4 cup of cornstarch, and pour them together. Get a little mix till they're nice and smooth. If there's any lumps in your cornstarch while you're mixing it, those lumps will transfer to your soup. So you want to take the extra minute just to make sure you've got everything in there nice and smooth. If I'd done it in a bigger bowl, it would be mostly done by now. Trying not to spill. Okay, and once your cornstarch slurry is smooth, you just want to add it to the cooking pot. There you go. All right, and now see how it didn't thicken right away, so that means that we need to turn our pot on to saute. And cornstarch won't thicken until it reaches a certain temperature, so you want to make sure that you get there first. So select saute, start. All right, and the contents of the pot are hot, so it shouldn't take long to come to thicken. All right, so it's come to a boil, it's thickened up now. You can tell it's a little bit thicker. So at this point, you can add the half and half and the cheddar cheese. I'm gonna go ahead and add the cheese. If I just took this bowl and dumped it all in there right now, we would have little clumps of cheese that we wouldn't be able to get out. But if you add it just a sprinkle at a time and mix it in, it melts nice and evenly, and you don't have to worry about clumps in the same way. So make sure it's mixed before you get going on the next one. All right, get that cheese nice and mixed and melty. All right, now we'll add our half and half. If you want a creamier version, you can add heavy cream. If you want it a little less, you can add milk, but it won't be quite as thick. Just add that in. And I love the beautiful color that you get after you add the half and half. There we go. All right, and then at this point, you can salt and pepper it to taste. I like to just take a little spoonful and taste it, and then we'll be ready to plate it up. Okay, so we'll go ahead and scoop some in the bowl. There we go. We got a nice broccoli piece on top, and then a little extra salt and pepper. And then I always like to add just a little bit of cheese on top. And there you have it. It's just super easy. It comes together quick, and it's super flavorful. Like all soups, it's my favorite if I make it the day before and then have it the next day for dinner. The flavors meld together, and it just tastes fabulous. So if you make it, let us know in the comments. If you have any questions, we'd love to hear them, so just let us know. Thanks for joining us today. Be sure to like and subscribe for more new videos. Thanks so much.